I'm Selena Hill, digital editor at Black Enterprise, and I'm here with Jason Lee, the founder of Hollywood Unlocked. Thank you so much for being here at Forward with us today.
Well, thank you for running into me at a day party in New York and linking me in with the whole Black Enterprise conglomerate, and now bam, I'm here on a panel. Look at God.
You have literally built a community online around Hollywood Unlocked. I mean, how many people do you have following you?
Right now, I mean, our community totally is about 1.7, 1.8 million. We get over 180 million impressions a week. We're doing pretty well across all our platforms, and we've really focused on building an audience that wants to gravitate to the various channels that we've created.
But one thing about Hollywood Unlocked, the brand itself is known for being messy. Talk about that, Jason, because people are like, maybe his brand might be a little too messy to do business with.
Yeah, you know, so crazy. Somebody asked me, a friend of mine, I'm not gonna say who she is, but she runs a very large global company. She said to me last night, what do you think your reputation is? And I said, I don't own that. They can have whatever reputation about me that they want, because the people that matter to me know who I am. My followers, they can know and think whatever they want. My industry is about creating conversation. And whether you like me, hate me, think I'm messy, think I'm a saint, none of that has anything to do with me. As long as I have you talking, great. I don't see myself as being messy, but sometimes I do messy shit. You know what I mean? You know, because I know that if I go on my Instagram right now and say, God is good, God is great, and everything in this world should be appreciated, you're not gonna get the clicks. But that's really how I feel inside. But if I go and say, I'm having an award show tomorrow, and Tristan Thompson, if you show up, I'm gonna throw you out. So track Tristan and make sure that he ain't there, and track all the girls he with and make sure that they ain't there too.
That's going viral. That's going viral. So you know what, to your point, it's like people call you messy, but then again, they're following you because maybe many of us want to just see the mess.
Look at Love and Hip Hop.
Princess is gonna have to give me information that's gonna help me out.
Who was the artist?
I wouldn't really call her an artist.
Okay.
Moniz.
Yeah, I wouldn't call her an artist either. I'm gonna say something that nobody knows. I left Love and Hip Hop not because I didn't like the show. They weren't able to tell the stories that I felt needed to be told for me. So I left. I ended up interviewing Nick Cannon and saying, I'm unemployed, I ain't got no job. Even though I had a job, I ain't got no job on TV, I need to be on TV. Nick brings me on Wild 'N Out. So now VH1 has brought me back to Love and Hip Hop, so I'm back, right? People don't know that, but I'm back. And they say to me all the time, you talk about Love and Hip Hop all the time on your show and you ain't on the show. You talk about Love and Hip Hop and you was only on 2 seasons. You was only on 2 episodes. You only had 3 episodes. First of all, I had 3 episodes the first season, which were the most memorable, and then I had 10 the second season, which were also the most memorable.
You made impact.
I mean, you know my name. It is what it is. So I said to them, yeah, I talked about them so much that they brought me back. So you have to use your platforms the way that you can, but I pay attention to my audience, and I pay attention to what drives them and what drives them crazy, and I give it and give it and give it until God opens up an opportunity.
Has there ever been a story or some inside scoop that you received that you said, you know what, this is a little too salacious, it may harm somebody's brand, I'm not gonna publicize this?
Yes, not that it may harm somebody's brand, because, you know, whatever stories we put out, it's just a reflection of what's happening in the world. Like, we don't make up stories. We tell the stories of what's happening. There was something that had happened once where I ended up in a room with a lot of really, really powerful people. The whole conversation was something that, if captured, would have been crazy, bigger than anything I've ever done. But I said to myself, the relationships in the room were more valuable, and the fact that people know what I do and do trust me to be in certain rooms, I had to weigh that against getting the clicks, and the clicks weren't worth it, you know.
Off camera, you told me at one point you were getting kind of depressed around social media, and I want to talk about that and why is it that you only have 100 and something followers on your personal page?
Yeah, I didn't kind of get depressed, I got depressed. I was actually following 1,000 people. I was following all the people in my life who I thought were popping. And then I had to realize that I had become so caught up in everybody else's race that I wasn't running mine to its fullest potential. So I'm like, wait a minute, I'm so caught up in you posting a picture on this jet you don't own. I'm so caught up in all of this that has nothing to do with me that I was sitting in my house judging my lack of progress based on all of the fake progress people were posting. And then when I looked up, I had made all this progress and had not celebrated along the way.
Did you become reclusive?
I became reclusive. There were days I would wake up and I would just lay in my bed because I couldn't even get out the house. I get invited to all the hot parties, this, that. I don't even want the pressure of having to be at the hot parties anymore. But it was crazy because I went to Hawaii to go on vacation. While I'm going to Hawaii, I'm reading Jennifer Lewis's book because she's coming on my show to talk about bipolar disorder. Her manager had heard me on my show talking about being depressed. So I'm reading the book, and in the book she says she went on a vacation and she was on a ship and she walked out and she said, Lord, what you want me to do? Like, give me a sign. Should I quit or whatever? Just, give it to me. So she surrendered. God gave her the blackish when she came home. So while I'm on vacation, I go on the balcony and I walk out and I say, forgive me. Can I just say what I said?
Go ahead.
Nigga, what you want me to do? You playing. Send me a sign that I'm supposed to be on TV because I want a talk show. I want to be back on TV. I want to continue to draw those audiences into Hollywood. Like, nigga, come on. And I love God so much. I pray every day. I came home, landed, the first text message from Nick Cannon saying, are you ready for Wild 'N Out?
Stop.
So what happened was, instead of being depressed and letting depression take control, and I still struggle with different things or whatever, I brought Jennifer Lewis on my show to have a therapeutic conversation about struggling with mental health and how we as Black people don't talk about it as much. And her book helped me through it. And I unfollowed everybody on Instagram except for the people that were really, really close to me in my life. I even unfollowed my whole team. I said, I don't even want to know what y'all are doing, except for when it comes to the work.
So thank you so much, Jason, for just sharing these gems, educating, empowering us, and letting us get behind your business because you're doing a great job at that.
Well, and thank you. And there will be people that watch this interview and still hate in the comments. And I will have to say, you motivate me. Please continue to talk about me. Thank you.
Shout out to the haters.
Shout out to y'all.